Watch Tranzeet TV right now.
Keep watching Tranzeet TV.
Thank you, sir. Mistakes, his touches didn't look like a player that had confidence in what he was trying to do. Sometimes either he underhit, overhit, or misplaced pass before he came up with that goal. And that has been Palmer's story recently, maybe in the last 5-6 games for Chelsea. It's only been that player that we saw last season. I don't know. Personally, I've been saying that I think Palmer is better off as an individual playing from the right wing position. But I mean, Chelsea has a lot of quality in both sides of the. Tranzeet TV, welcome back again to our EPL studios. Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 0 at the Stamford Bridge. Starting off with the lineup, Caicedo dropping in the right back position in this one, and Sancho coming in for who was dropped. Noni Madueke, it dropped off, and Neto started up from the right side. And Chelsea cruised from beginning to the end of this game. Nimi, is it going to be a superlative Chelsea performance, or were Villa just abysmal?
Man, first of all, thank you for inviting me again to Tranzeet TV. Really appreciate coming here. It was a combination of both. Chelsea were superlative. The formation, as you said, the change of guard, some new players coming in, Sancho starting, and with Caicedo playing that, right and in the middle to Inverted coming in. It was a beauty to behold. And Aston Villa too, they got to a point some of their players were just walking. They did miss Amadou Onana, and with the team, I just think they're just fatigued, man. Champions League. Playing Champions League, playing EPL, playing all these competitions. Not all teams are built for that, and it clearly showed. And you could see that they were totally outclassed.
Yeah, before you go into the other things I want to talk about, you mentioned it right there. Is it Aston Villa being fatigued? I mean, everybody is fatigued, or I have this personal opinion, and I hope viewers out there are going to say it's an agenda against Unai Emery because I'm an Arsenal fan. I just feel that Unai Emery is not a coach for week in, week out kind of coaching. Even when he was in Spain, his teams never get up there in the league, but it goes to cup competitions, he gives you a run. Do you think there is something there about coaching, or is it about the squad?
Is the depth of the squad. You could clearly see Onana was missing, and you could clearly see, how huge it was.
On that just one game. They are 12, so they've been bored.
Yeah, they haven't won in 8 now, so exactly. it's a big. Their form is really, really suspect right now. And it happens again when you don't, it's not about coaching. I think it's just the squad depth. The players are tired. You put in a McGee, he plays Wednesday or Tuesday, and he comes to play Saturday, Wednesday. He's playing, close to 4 or 5. You're not counting the cup games and all of it. It's a lot. So the players are humans too.
I won't be like that, but even last season they were not in Champions League. It was the same. The season they went to Champions League. They did well at the beginning of the season. Somewhere along the line, the team just faded out. At some point, I was thinking they were going to go for the league. Remember, we're talking about them going for the charge. After a while, they just fizzled out.
But let's not forget, this time last season they were close to second place. I think they were second place.
That's what I'm saying. But eventually they fizzled out.
They fizzled out to 4th place. Come on now.
No, they're 4th, but the point gap was huge for a team that was winning. No, my point is, I just feel even like when it came to Arsenal, so when Miami came, he was doing 22 games unbeaten. All of a sudden, the team just lost it and he couldn't recover. So I don't know if it's about him. Maybe we'll look at that more as the season progresses. Maybe the time he spends 2-3 seasons in Aston Villa, we'll figure that out. But I just feel that somehow it looks like he doesn't have it when it comes to setting up teams week in, week out. Because in the league, teams will figure it out, and you have to keep looking for different ways to do these things. But in cup competitions, most times you have like Champions League. Now you know you're going to play in 2 weeks, so you have all 2 weeks to work out how
Prepare.
to play them. But when it comes to league, every other day, 3 days you're on it, and people figure you out. Then you have to find another way or solution to win games. Maybe we'll see how that goes. So let's now look at. Today, I want to talk about individuals in this game, especially for Chelsea, from Chelsea perspective. Enzo Fernandez, 2 goals now in 2 weeks. It looks like he's a reborn player for Chelsea. Almost 2 years now in Chelsea. First year was, for a lot of people, was a disaster. Was a flop. People were like, it's not worth the money. What do you think has happened to what has changed for him, and how does Chelsea keep getting this out of him?
Enzo Fernandez seems reborn, as you said. It all comes with confidence. It all comes with confidence. Sometimes a player feels like, oh, I'm on the bench, I'm not, a major player on the team, and it reels on their confidence. I think you could tell he has always been a quality player, but the problem has been consistency. Consistency in the pack, coming in, week out, giving the same performance. Enzo, 4 5 weeks ago, a month ago, would have missed that goal he scored. He was not confident, but now you could see the joy in his face. You could see the confidence, and he was dealing with some personal issues too with the family, and that could affect players as humans too. That could affect the psyche of any human being. So Enzo is back, and that midfield, fluid midfield of with Enzo coming back, that will mean that going forward, Lavia has to start accepting injury comes in. Palmer has to be that, and that will mean that Caicedo will keep doing this yeoman's job of this inverted fullback and center mid. So, it's best of times. Sometimes when things.
Okay, now for a player that is worth that amount for Chelsea and the modern day football, now coaches are looking for players who are adaptable, who just can't do one thing. You have to be able to look at Caicedo now. Your DM need that a reason he's playing for the right back and doing stuff. The Palmer was a winger, now he's playing in 10th position. Lavia has claimed that place. So if anything happens and Enzo needs to go back to to maybe be where he used to play before, that means Chelsea is going to have problems. So doesn't it reduce his value as a player that he only can work in one aspect of the game? What do you think about that?
All of these things are fluid. It's not only one aspect. Let's say in the next coming weeks, again, it's form. It's not just one aspect. Let's say the coach, I was going to the point of, James got injured, and we were like, "Oh my God, James is injured." Gusto, regular, Gusto's gonna. The coach. That is why they pay these coaches big bucks. Where you and I,
That's the thing, guy.
a coach of Yomi, for example, Houston Grenagos, wouldn't think about this. But Enzo would think about this because he gets paid that he gets paid these big bucks. So we think at things, come up with different strategies, come up with different ways to go about this, and that's it panned out.
Yeah, another player that has really, I don't know, Chelsea fans at some point we are wondering, what Chelsea going to get this player for. And he looks, when you talk about reborn, I don't even want to use the word reborn. He looks like he's a completely new player for Chelsea. Cucurella, I don't know what has happened to that player. What do you put this to? And I don't know. For me now, I think it should be about one of the first players on the sheet after Palmer. He's really defensively is very strong. Sometimes coming to the pitch like a madman. And this is a player people we are, wingers we are running over week in, week out. He couldn't find his place in the team. All of a sudden, Cucurella is now a mainstay for Chelsea defense. I don't know. What have you made of Cucurella's resurgence?
Cucurella has shown, what it takes, to be steadfast. When he came, I have to raise my hands up. I was one of those that caught the stakes on him. Like he wasn't living up to the price tag, wasn't living up to where he was supposed to be. The
Considering what he
expectations
was doing for Brighton.
for Brighton, yeah. But the man has put his head down and has balled out. But this also shows to fans too that again, these players they're humans, right?
And
They're
they need
humans, and
time.
They need time. When people come and they be like, "Oh, you got to stop performing like Mbappe at Real Madrid now." That was Cucurella when he came to Chelsea, and people wrote him off. And the man has come in now, and you could see the one-on-one. Bailey was struggling. Everybody was struggling. He was just he was just really good. So at the end of it, we just have to give thanks and know that the boy has really, really improved.
Before the wonder goal that Palmer scored today, he was very quiet in the game, made a lot of mistakes. His touches didn't look like a player that had confidence in what he was trying to do. Sometimes either he underhit, overhit, or misplaced pass before he came up with that goal. And that has been Palmer's story recently, maybe in the last 5, 6 games for Chelsea. It's only been that player that we saw last season. I don't know. Personally, I've been saying that I think Palmer is better off as an individual playing from the right wing position. But I mean, Chelsea has a lot of quality in both sides of the wing, so it's difficult to put him there and leave people like Neto, Noni Madueke, Sancho on the bench. Nkunku as well can play from there. So he had to come into the mid. Sometimes he does the job, but he's not really grabbing the game as couple of the neck as he did last season for Chelsea. He's not really been that superstar that, yeah, you know that he has that talent there. Teams are aware that he has that talent, but he's not delivering consistently in games. Sometimes in games for large spans of the like today, for almost 75 minutes or 80 minutes, you can't really say what Palmer was doing on that pitch. I don't know how does Chelsea get the Palmer that we saw last season?
Yeah, the Palmer that we saw last season was under a Pochettino system. And under Pochettino system, if you observe, we created even more chances where we had the Kabu Jackson missing chances after chances and all that. Enzo is playing more of a compact system where it's more condensed. We use more of the wings too with players like Neto and Madueke, Cross and all that. So Palmer may be, in a place where he would not perform. But the major thing is what are his stats saying? 8 goals in 12 games. That is fantastic. So he can be quiet and he strikes like a mamba. So, I would take, Palmer doesn't have to play from the wing. You need him involved. You need him holding those balls. You need him touching those balls. Or what if you observe what is happening is the moment he gets the ball, he attracts 1, 2 players always coming to him. So that frees up other players too. But your concerns and your thoughts are, they are right.
Yeah, but the problem is, when he attracts those players, then he doesn't execute the pass to use those players that are free. That's where I'm having problem with him. Like today, I saw him 2 times or a few times in the game. It looked like either he underhit the ball or he had a double mind before execution and stuff. And that's confidence. We all play this game. Once you're not sure of what you want to do, you try to change your mind. The execution becomes poor. That's where my concern is, and because, like you said, Chelsea if he had to control the game for Chelsea, he needs to be on the ball, and if he's on the ball, he needs to make better decisions. Today, I saw Enzo more than I saw Palmer, and this has happened in so many games. But like you said, if Aston Villa we are good and we are leading the game, and he comes up after 3-1 to score that goal, yeah, that's his start. But has he infected the game? He has not. So sometimes, I believe that he needs to, though he's a young player, he needs time to develop, but he needs to be a little bit more consistent and affect games more, because this is what we saw last season, and it really helped Chelsea. If he drops, it's going to affect Chelsea as well, because sometimes he's now grown to status in Chelsea's team where he cannot drop him. So before Enzo can drop Palmer, he has to really, really be bad, and that can affect the team. And you mentioned the Jackson there. I was going to start with him. Last season, like you mentioned, Jackson, missed a lot of chances, and people were saying if he could score half of what he missed, that Chelsea probably in title challenge. This season, so far he has 6 goals, and that's not bad.
He has eight goals.
No, I mean in the league.
Oh, in the league?
Yeah, in the league he has 6.
6 goals, okay.
Yeah, I think he has 6 in the league, which is not bad. I don't know what have you made of him this season.
Again, Jackson has been again, Jackson has scored 8 goals in the EPL this season.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, I was just checking.
8 goals. Yeah, 8 goals. And what can I say about Jackson?
There's Palmer that has 6.
It has been it has been leaps and bounds for
And I mean, his
Jackson.
goal today, the goal, he took the goal very well. The
Uh,
one last week as well, he did. I mean, I
la,
know he
la,
missed chances today.
last season, Jackson will miss all those chances.
Exactly.
That's telling you a player that's confident, a player that is, that is full of confidence and is coming in with the coaches, falling into line. Last season, let's not forget, that was his first season in the EPL. So he's now used to the style, used to the system. He's flourishing. The team is flourishing. Let's forget about the goals. Let's look at Jackson's work rate.
No,
That
no,
boy,
no, don't go there. He's number one. That guy is a warrior, man. And he keeps coming. He doesn't give up.
what he gives us as a player in terms of his work rate, you cannot even
You
you cannot
don't even
even
want to
bring
start
it.
talking about that one. I don't think any striker in EPL works harder than Jackson.
So Jackson's work rate is immense. He has shown that, and you know, we just have to give the guy. They say give the guy his flowers. I was one last season. I called him Kabu Kabu Jackson. Michael Jackson and all that. This guy is looking like a posh Jackson right now. Looking really good.
I told you last week. He said he's not posh. Yeah, that is
He's
maybe
not.
Lexus. So
He's not.
let's.
It's in posh category right now.
Yeah. Talking about Jackson there, the last person I want to talk about in this show for Chelsea, from Chelsea's perspective, is the coach, Maresca. Now we can see that coach really, really matters. And a lot of people, people like you too, in the beginning, we are saying, yeah, he's getting off of what Port was building toward the end of the season. That let's wait and see what he can do. It looks like Maresca knows exactly what he wants, and he has identified a player that can implement what he wants. And one of the reasons why I say this too is not because Chelsea is just winning games, but they are strong in games. They stay in games. They don't shy away. They are ready for the battle. And significantly, in the beginning of the season, when we are saying Chelsea needs one or two defenders to come in to help them because of what the fire they have up front and a goalkeeper. Yes, that need might still be there, but this Maresca has been able to get this team strong. They have really developed and grown defensively. Today, if it was before Chelsea 2 goals up or 3 goals up, they will concede 1 or 2 goals. Yeah, there were 1 or 2 shaky moments at the back, maybe individual mistakes, but somehow they rode it and still were able to keep a clean sheet. What have you meant about Maresca? What do you think he has really? What did he do in terms of tactics to come off?
So Maresca again has changed. The dynamics. Yes, Porsche towards the end was coming up, and we're like, oh, why did they make that sub and take why did they take Porsche off? Sorry, excuse me. But Maresca has come with his style, he has come with his philosophy, and he has come, with the identity. At least now we're playing, we know what we're doing. We have a style, we have a technique, we have a philosophy of how we play the game. He's not the kind of a coach that would not make big decisions. Today, a typical, again, James gets injured. Guess who's coming in? Gusto comes in. They sweep that. That's why he gets paid. And right now, the trajectory at which Chelsea is going, our next 7 games are against bottom feeders in the league. We should be able to rack up those wins and get up top.
And that takes me to my last question. Is Chelsea in the title race?
I wouldn't go that far to say Chelsea. This is a Liverpool. Depending on today's game, if Liverpool loses, it's still a tight race with 5 points against City and 6 points against Chelsea and Arsenal. But if Liverpool wins, it will be 9 points. And I think at this point, this Liverpool team, I don't see them dropping 9 points and the rest around the rest teams just win all through. So something must give.
Okay, well, I'll leave it at that. Then the last question, I don't know, what did you make that free kick? Was it a free kick for you, the back pass in quote by the referee's decision. You know,
I
how did
think,
the
yeah,
goalkeeper?
I think the referee made it was an error. It wasn't supposed to be an indirect free kick there. Because if you see Martinez, what do you call him? Torres didn't want to clear that ball, and Martinez, it
Yeah.
wasn't a pass. So that was a goof, and that was an error on the refereeing side of the game.
Yeah, viewers out there, Chelsea fans, United fans will be with you later today, and United are in winning ways as well. Let us know what you think about these things we discussed. Enzo Fernández back to scoring goals and doing well for Chelsea. Cucurella reborn. Palmer being quite a little bit, but somehow finding a way to effect games by scoring goals when it's needed. And Enzo Maresca as well has reborn Chelsea. You know, tweak one or two things with tactically and making some players, so many players now doing well, and Chelsea is flying. And I ask you out there too, is Chelsea in the title race? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and we'll see you guys next time. Leave me, my brother. Thanks for coming. I'll see you again.
Thanks,
Let's go
man.
see
Peace.
Liverpool and Manchester City.
Let's
Ciao.
go, man. Okay, bye-bye.